crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadtour.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. Actually, I took chaga pills today, so no chaga in the coffee. All right, let's talk. First of all, the road shows are going amazingly. They keep getting bigger and bigger. Kansas City was a blast. So many great people out there. Thank you for coming. If you had the ability to show up. And since we left Kansas City, we were going to St. Louis to an RV park, and it got flooded. There's floods going on all over the place out here. So we're actually in a hotel room. We kind of, you didn't have to twist our arm too hard. We've been in RVs for a couple weeks now. So we're hanging out in a hotel room for right before the show tomorrow. We will be in St. Louis. Go to roadtoruta.com. And we have shows left in St. Louis, Austin, and Oklahoma City. 3 shows left. Make sure you come on out. The St. Louis show is right here. You can find this, where to get tickets, if you click on Roadshow at roadtoruta.com. Click on the St. Louis show. We are at Weber's Front Row in Arnold. There are a couple different Weber's Front Rows, but this one's in Arnold on Vogel Road, 3930 Vogel Road. We start Saturday at 4 p.m. Bitcoin Ben is in the house. I mean, we're literally in his backyard right now, so I'm so excited to hang out with Ben, talk conspiracies, talk cryptos, talk silver. Clint Westwood's coming down, and Mitch. It's going to be a blast. Make sure you get your tickets. I'm not sure if this one's going to sell out, but we've been close to selling out each time now. So make sure you get tickets beforehand. Go to roadtour.com, click on Roadshow, and then you can buy tickets right there through PayPal, Venmo, Pay Later, or debit credit card. At the door, you're going to need cash. If we have room available and you come, you're going to need cash at the door. And come ready with questions and ready to dance. No, you don't have to dance. No dancing allowed. Well, people do dance. I mean, pay me my silver now. People are getting excited about that one. So definitely get excited about silver. Silver's up. It hit $20. Oh my God. It's so sad that we get excited about silver hitting $20 when 42 years ago it was at $50. And it's literally 40% of its all-time high. It's gotten so stupid. And this trial, the show trial with the JP Morgan traders, is the biggest lie ever. What they're lying about is how the market is manipulated. They're saying, oh, he clicks a mouse. These 3 guys, they clicked a mouse to spoof the markets. That is bullshit. Jamie Dimon has hired 50,000 computer programmers. You really think their best trader's going to have to just click a mouse? No, that's not what happened. All markets are rigged with computers and derivatives behind the scenes by the banks, by the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Treasury. There's no such thing as a free market at all. That's why the volumes are so high on the COMEX, trading 300 million ounces a day. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing, and it's completely illegal. The CFTC is full of complete losers. Not necessarily losers, just they're either real dumb. It used to be that the difference between the SEC lawyers and the CFTC lawyers, the CFTC lawyers were known as the stupidest lawyers in law. SEC was better but more corrupt. Now it's just both. I mean, they hired the 4 new commissioners. One of them comes from JP Morgan. The other one comes from Citibank. Those are the 2 biggest derivative holders and riggers of the price of silver. How could you do that? And they were spouting out about how amazing the subcommittees are. So the way the CFTC works is they get their rules from subcommittees. So you can even go down into the subcommittees and see who's on it, and it's all the banks. All the banks basically make the rules, tell the CFTC how to implement those rules, and then they put their people at the CFTC on the commission so that their ideas get put forward and they can rig the market every frickin' day. Every day, here we go. We're way below the moving averages. Moving averages are, let's see, the 50 days at $20.50. 100-day moving average, $22.20, and the 200-day moving average, $22.88. If you're into that stuff, I mean, does it really matter in a rigged market? They could click a mouse. They don't even have to click a mouse. I should stop saying that, truthfully. They don't click mouses. It's already programmed in. Tens of thousands of trade in microseconds. They can put the price of silver at minus $40 or $1 million an ounce in a half a second. That's how fragile our entire monetary system is. The problem now they're having, though, the bad guys who rigged the silver market, is we have a supply deficit. 2021 was a supply, or 2022 is going to be a, 2021 was a supply deficit. Was a supply deficit. Right here. Here's the supply, 997 million ounces that came from mine production, recycling, and net hedging supply. That's a guess number. And net official sector sales. I don't know any official sector sales there are, but anyway, 997 was the supply, and demand was over 1 billion ounces. Now, just keep that in mind, and then the same thing's going to happen this year. Another shortage of supply versus demand. You would think in a real world where there's a shortage of silver, the price would go up. No, the price has gone down because the market is rigged, and the CFTC can't quite figure out how that's done. Bullshit if you can't figure that out. Just ask Ted Butler. Ask me. I'll come in and consult with you guys. Ted Butler already has. He showed you that JP Morgan was rigging the market back in 2000. I think he went in 2013, 14. And you guys couldn't figure it out. It took till Trump got into office before the DOJ had to come in and shut down the JP Morgan market rigging. And now they just passed it on to somebody else, but they're still the number one holder of silver. It's just insane that we let these people rule our lives. But it is what it is. The data's right here too. The projected shortfall is 70 million ounces. Now, how in the world can we have a projected shortfall when the Green New Deal is about to be passed? The Green New Deal is going to add massive amount of need for silver. You got solar panels, you got electric vehicles, you got everybody and their mother turning electric, and that requires massive amounts of silver. Auto executives say there's going to be more than half of the all the vehicles sold by 2030 is going to be electric. That can't happen. Where are they going to get the silver? It's impossible. But hey, the numbers don't lie, as they love to say, but look at the numbers again. Shortfall. 2021 shortfall of that would be 52 million ounces, and 2022 a shortfall of 72 million ounces. A shortfall. Then why, if there's so little silver, why is the price diving to 40% of its all-time high? It's called market rigging. And a handful of banks control it. When's it going to end? I don't know. Probably when the banks die. When will the banks die? I think in a matter of weeks or months. It's getting exciting. It really is. There's a lot of things going on right now. I want to talk about the Biden administration is dumping all the oil out of the strategic oil reserves. You can see it right here over the past year, just literally dumping. It went from 650 million barrels, and we're down to 475 million barrels. Don't forget, there's an election coming up, so he's going to dump as many barrels as possible, get the price of oil down. Here's the thing, though, and here's what I think is going on with the battle between the good guys and the bad guys. I don't think it matters. I think the next CPI print's going to be high again. That's, August 10th or so? It's going to be high again, and the Biden administration is touting how low the price of oil is, the price of gasoline. What are they going to do when the price of gasoline's low, because they blame Putin, and they have a huge CPI, even if oil went down and gasoline went down? But everything else is going up massively because they're printing so much damn money. So I think the good guys, the plan is to let the price of oil go down, price of gasoline go down, but still have a huge CPI number. I wouldn't be surprised, 9.5%, 10%. And that means the only way to stop it is if Jerome Powell raises interest rates to 10 or 11%, like Volcker did. There's no plan to do that. They just barely raised interest rates to 2.5%. So they're way behind the curve. This is the end game, my friends. How long will it last? I don't know. There's a lot of people saying that this trip by Nancy Pelosi could start a war. Why the hell is Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan? Why is she going anywhere near Taiwan? What's she going to do there? She can't do anything on her homeland. The only thing she can do is start a war with China, a nuclear war. Great, real great. That's how desperate the Democrats are, really? So, yeah, it looks like she's going. Pelosi landing delegation to Asia, Taiwan, stop, not clear. They might shoot her out of the sky. You think that would, cause a little havoc in the world dynamic? Nancy Pelosi is leading a congressional delegation to Asia that's set to depart on Friday, but it's not clear she'll make a stop in Taiwan. Sources told NBC News, great news channel, that the delegation will stop in Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Singapore. Taiwan is listed on the itinerary as tentative. Why are they poking the bear? Literally poking the bear. The panda bear. So far, Pelosi and her advisors have declined to confirm that she's planning the trip. But on Wednesday, Representative Michael McAuliffe, Republican, said Pelosi invited him to join her in Taiwan, signaling that she plans to go despite the risk of sparking major crisis across the Taiwan Strait. Can you imagine? This is all, timing is everything. Timing is everything. China, I've been saying for a long time, Trump and Putin and Xi got together and said, Trump said, I'll be the bad guy first, Putin, you be the bad guy second, and Xi, you be the bad guy last. This is the bad guy, the last bad guy move. China's going to shut off the United States of America from all goods. And that's who makes our everything these days. And that's the end game. That's what destroys the banks. Chinese have already stopped paying their mortgage. That's going to happen in the United States. Wait until they take your money out of your ATM. People are trying to tell me that on the books, they can't have a banking collapse, bailout. What they have is bail-ins. I said, good luck with that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Do you think any American would agree to a bail-in? And don't tell me that we don't have to agree, because it's all of us ants against them. We outnumber them by 330 million. Or 300 million. Maybe there's 30 million of them. The very moment they start haircutting people's checking account, savings account, is the very moment we decline to participate in their game. And we storm the gates. The very moment. And that will be the moment people wake up. We'd no longer be Republicans and Democrats and independents and libertarians. We'd all be Americans. That's the moment we need, and that's the moment that's coming. President Xi warns Biden not to play with fire, quote, play with fire over Taiwan. Biden's like, I don't know what Pelosi's doing. He doesn't know what anybody's doing, but clearly something is happening very big that involves China and the United States. I think Russia's going to cut everybody off, especially Europe, and China's going to cut everybody off, or at least the United States and their allies. Cut them off from all the goods that come from China, which is everything. Which would destroy the banking system because, oh, by the way, these massive, huge conglomerate banks are gigantically invested in China. JP Morgan especially. Jamie Dimon was bitching the other days because he had to do the stress test and he said, oh, there's no way we'd ever lose $40 billion. Jamie Dimon just added $11 trillion to their derivative book. If China goes, everything goes, even the derivative book. 40 billion will be nothing. The losses will be in the multiple trillions of dollars for every single bank on the planet. No more checking account, no more savings account, no more 401k. Get your assets out of the system now. If you don't have silver now, contact Andy Scheckman at Miles Franklin. Send him an email, Andy, A-N-D-Y, at milesfranklin.com, and get your silver in your own possession. He'll send you a list of his prices right now. Don't wait. You'd be even better going to your local coin shop and say, oh my God, give me as much silver as I can buy. And take it home with you. Hold it in your own possession. Hold it in your own possession. China's starting a little early. Even before Pelosi pokes the bear, The Wuhan panic has 1 million thrust back into the world's strictest lockdowns as COVID resurfaces. China's already shutting off China from the rest of the world, mainly from the U.S. The U.S. will no longer get goods from China. No more cheap stuff. It's a good thing. We can rebuild our manufacturing capacity, but you're going to lose your checking account, and your savings account, and your 401k. Your entire life savings is gone. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back the last 20 years of the Road to Ruta documents. It all lays it out. Who, how, and why. And I read this. A massive Chinese rocket is in an uncontrolled descent expected to crash into the Earth in days. I guarantee you they can control that rocket, where it's going to crash. It's supposed to crash on Sunday, and Pelosi leaves on Friday night. What? There is some big shit going on. They said it's this gigantic rocket. How much is it weigh? It's like the 10-story tall, 20-ton rocket is now in elliptical orbit around Earth, where it is being dragged towards an uncontrolled entry. I mean, the odds of it hitting anybody in the United States are low if it's not controlled. The odds of it not being controlled are like 0% chance. Oops, sorry, it just landed on New York. How about an EMP over New York? That's what the remote viewers are saying over August, sometime in August. It'll be interesting because she plans to leave next week, I believe. And this is coming down. Oh, this is coming down this Sunday. So let's check on Pelosi. No, I think she plans to leave today. Yeah, set to depart on Friday. This is crazy stuff. But it isn't anything more crazy than what we see every day. The lies we are being told about even Fox News showed the two different Bidens. Biden gave two speeches on 2 different days. Even Fox News was saying, this isn't the same person. These are 2 different people speaking. All the news is coming out. The Hunter Biden stuff, obviously, they were running hundreds of millions of dollars of kickbacks and bribes. It's so obvious. But that's coming out now, too. It just so happens right around an election. I don't think there will be an election, truthfully. I think the banking system will crash before that, and then all bets are off. Get your physical silver in your own possession. If you have gold, swap it for silver as soon as you can. You should have done it yesterday. You can get almost 90 ounces for your gold. And I'll guarantee you silver is going to be more valuable than gold by far, because there's so much less silver in the world than there is gold. There's massive amounts of gold everywhere, and there's hardly any silver. So that's the world according to Bix. Again, tomorrow night, come check us out. We are in St. Louis, and we will be at, get your tickets online, Weber's Front Row on Vogel Road in Arnold, Missouri. Go to roadroo.com, click on Roadshow, and come check us out. I will be talking to Jenny Moonstone in about an hour, and we will be talking about the transition and how close we are and what's going on with Nancy Pelosi, what's going on with silver. I have a new dagger. I'm really excited to put that into use because the Silver Knights are going to take out these criminal banksters that have controlled our lives for so long. Go check it out. If you're a private road member, go to the private road on roadtour.com. These are all private road discussions. You will love this stuff. We talk about all kinds of great information, stuff I can't talk about on YouTube. To subscribe, go to roadtour.com and hit subscribe today, and we will send you the coolest coin ever made in the history of coin production. The Road to Ruta Lives coin. It is right here. It is a double stamped numbered coin with hand painted red heart on Ruta's shirt. Really cool coin. Comes in a blue case with a certificate of authenticity, and we send that out with every private road membership and renewal. So make sure you get yours. This will end as soon as the price of silver pops. We aren't going to give this thing away, so make sure you do it today. Again, roadtour.com. Hit subscribe today. I'll talk to you guys.